If you used to be confident, decisive, ambitious, outspoken, a true high performer, and all of a sudden you second guess yourself, your capabilities, you rewrite emails, you wonder if you're communicating right, you're overthinking feedback and wonder for every communication if you're doing the right thing, if you're overly decisive or not decisive enough, then this episode is for you. Because there's a huge confidence damage that is being done by toxic workplaces and by toxic bosses. So how can you figure out if this is the case for you? Let me give you a few examples so you can mentally go through my little checklist and see, does that land? Do you think that is you? And honestly, listen to it with yours, obviously, right? But listen with your heart as well. It will tell you the truth. Are you rethinking your whole career path? Are you over-explaining even simple decisions? Perhaps you're spiraling about things that have happened in the past, where you weren't sure if you were too straightforward or not straightforward enough. Do you start to have kind of these anxious feelings even when applying to a role that is a similar level because you're not sure anymore if you actually cut out for this? Do you start self-sabotaging your next career step because you just don't feel like it's the right moment ever? If one or many of them hit, then it might be that your confidence got a good hit in this last toxic workplace and it's time for you to rebuild it. Because the hardest part and what breaks my heart in this is that many high performers start to make the wrong conclusion. One of them being, perhaps it's just my personality and perhaps I am just not good enough. And that is not the case. So how did you even end up here? Okay, let's put it down straight so that your full system can understand that there's nothing wrong with you. Look, you're in a toxic workplace. You were the threat to somebody else. This toxic boss tried to attack you, your reputation, your goals, your successes, okay? This is why you're on my channel. Otherwise, you wouldn't have found that channel in the first place. So if that has happened, your system did something that it's supposed to be doing. Your nervous system is supposed to constantly scan for dangers. Like, is there a danger here or there? Or is something going on? Is there an alligator here or a tiger there? That's what your nervous system is supposed to be doing. The scanning is not the problem. It's even not the problem in itself because your system was right. This toxic boss was a threat to you, to your situation, to the identity that you have created around your career success. This was a highly dangerous situation for your nervous system because of the beliefs that you have about yourself, right? That you need to be successful to prove your worth. For an example, right? It happens all the time. So this toxic boss is a huge threat to your sense of self. And what does a nervous system do that is detecting a threat? It goes into survival mode. It's a fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, right? That's how it goes. So how does that show? It shows in constantly walking on eggshells, in hyper-vigilance, in all of these different ways. And if you say, well, but I'm not even sure if my boss was toxic. Okay, I understand. And I like that you're not saying, oh, the blame game, right? Like only this. Good. Good for you. Okay, then let's go through some different factors that your nervous system might have very correctly identified as a danger. What about completely unpredictable environments where you don't know? One day something you do is great, the next day the same thing is an absolute failure. That's big unpredictability. And again, you know, because your identity is attached to the success that you have in your career, yada, yada, yada. What about gaslighting where you don't even know anymore if you are crazy, if you make up things? That's a threat over time, right? Your self-perception is being threatened. What about power games where people are played against each other? It creates this chronic threat situation where you do not know who will have the bull's eye on their back next time around. Perhaps there's a situation created where you're being excluded. Oh, fear of being alone is actually a social thing because we as humans, we depend on others to survive. So if we're excluded, our system does detect that as a threat for our survival. So look, your system doesn't do it because you're not weak or soft. Your system does that because it does its job right. So instead of fighting it, instead of saying, I shouldn't feel that way, say, thank you, my amazing nervous system, because you are right. This was not a safe place. In many different ways, perhaps not in a literal way, you know, like you didn't get killed there, obviously, but in a psychological way, in a mental way, in a nervous system kind of way. So all it did was really try to tell you, look, something's wrong. We need to protect ourselves. That was all it did. Problem is you didn't really communicate that well with it. So instead of working with it, calming it, or even listening to it, or, doing routines with it so it understands perhaps it was not safe, it was just a very critical manager, but not a toxic one, whatever it is, instead of doing all of these things, probability is very high that you're just ignoring it and trying as if it didn't happen. But this is biology. When your nervous system is in fight or flight, the adrenaline, the cortisol, this is biology. This is not just, I just try to suppress my feelings and everything will be fine later. It's not just feelings at this point, it's literal bodily functions, which is why confidence is not easily built just thinking positively, especially if your system is still completely dysregulated. So, positive thinking alone, the productivity, the external success, even if you do get a new role that looks really fancy and nice, that all alone is not guaranteed that your nervous system will be regulated again. So if your nervous system still thinks you're unsafe because it never got the memo that you're good now, you are going back to old patterns of self-doubt or whatever that looks like exactly for you. So how do we actually rebuild the confidence? First, you might have guessed it. It's nervous system safety, right? We need to calm down your system and make sure it understands that you are safe now. You are safe now, right? Repeat after me. I am safe now. I am safe. I am safe. You are safe. You're not going to die. It's just your system, made up the conclusion. Then it's about rebuilding also the self-trust, right? Because right now you're disconnected very likely from your self-perception. So instead of blaming your system, blaming your thing, oh, it's not that way. Okay, let's just reconnect the disconnected parts so that you can come out as a new evolved version from it. Because most people tell me, I want to be my old self. And I always tell them, no, you don't. Please don't go back to be your old self. Your old self was the one that didn't know how to handle the situation, which is now you feel like a shadow of yourself. Let's please become the new self together that will act and react and respond differently next time around. That will ideally not ever let it get that far. We need to rebuild then also the identity. Who are you without a job? You need to be somebody even if you did not make any money. And that's kind of the baseline foundation. And then from there, you build your career, etc. But it should really be disconnected from you as a person. Now, the skills, the things you do, how you interact with people, how you lead, this can be part of your identity. But what title you have, what pay you got, what company you work for, please don't. Do never, ever externalize anything that has to do with your identity. Your identity, just like your self-worth, is only you, yourself. It cannot depend on anybody else. Otherwise, you directly bring yourself into a very dangerous place. And then rebuild this inner authority. Look, if you still have this big ass career goals, I am really rooting for you. Okay. I am rooting so much for you, but you cannot do it without inner leadership and inner authority. You need to have this level of discernment and agency. You need to move like a CEO. You need to have boundaries in place, energetic, spiritual identity level boundaries. You need to have emotional resilience paired with strategic thinking and acting and moving as if you were an entrepreneur that is lending your services to a company. If you act and behave in that way, you will always stay on top of things. Every company at some point had a customer they didn't like. They still served the customer very likely until the end of the customer lifetime cycle. And then they moved on and tried to make sure they get other customers that fit better, right? So you treat it the same way. You basically overstayed with a customer that was not a fit for your products and services. So now make sure you get yourself in an environment where exactly what you bring to the table, the person that you are, the leader that you are, is valued and seen, and you can come in as your best self, offering your products and services to that customer while enjoying it and getting that money. And then from that point, I want you to write your personal career narrative. There's an inner narrative to things and there's an external narrative. There's a narrative for you, how you as the author of this book that is called Your Career talks about it, thinks about it, analyzes things. And there's an external narrative, the things that you tell future hiring managers, HR business partners, whoever you talk to, from an environment that you want to provide with your services and products. Understood? Okay, so you got two different narratives. And none of those two is the narrative that your toxic boss tried to spin around you. That's very important. That has nothing to do with you. You write your own narrative. So if this rebuilding is something that sounds like you absolutely need, then I got something amazing for you. I'm currently working on the last pieces of my recovery course, Recovering from a Toxic Workplace Experience, where we make sure that you are letting go of whatever happened in a clear and structured way, that your system can relax, that you move through that and out of that emotionally, logically, spiritually, intellectually, all of the things, and then move forward with clarity, with a narrative, with passion and purpose. Because I want you to make a hell lot of money in markets where good leaders are so badly needed. By now, you know just as much as I do that leaving a toxic environment is one thing, and the recovery and the rebuilding is another one. I made also a few different videos around it. I'm gonna link them down below, just as a link to my free waitlist where you can just sign up and get the information once the course is out. Once it's out and you're watching that later, I'm gonna replace it with the actual course link. So read through it, feel into it, listen to your heart when you do the recovery stuff and you decide should you or should you not do it. And I'm gonna see you inside the program. Make sure to like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me if you subscribe to the channel, and it costs you literally nothing. So please do it. I'm gonna see you back next time. Bye.
Oh, rise up, rise up. It's your time to break free. Let the truth echo loud. Let it sing through your soul. You're here to build a life, not just survive the grind. Step out from the shadows, release what holds you behind. This toxic boss, a reminder cruel but divine. A mirror reflecting what's been lost and what you can find. You're more than the labels, you're more than the doubt. You're here to flourish, to laugh, to shout. So let the walls fall down, let the past just be a blessing in disguise, birthing possibilities. Oh, you were never meant to shrink, you're meant to soar. Rise up, claim the life you adore. There's more that matters, oh so much more. You can rise in your career and still keep your core. Oh, we walk through the triggers, yes we carry the grief, but together we'll find joy, we'll discover relief. Into a career, into a life that you earned. Feel the fire inside and let the passion return. Remember why you're here, remember your worth. You are worthy, you are enough since your birth. Love yourself first, let the love flow through, and watch as the world rearranges for you. You were never meant to shrink, you're meant to soar. Rise up, claim the life you adore. There's more that matters, oh so much more. You can rise in your career and still keep your You don't have to walk this road alone, my friend. Let's do this together. Let this journey transcend. I love you. I believe in your light. Together we